Alright, that works. Let's see, actions. YouTube. Okay, I think that works. Hello, Filthy Potato. Hey, what's up, man? Long time no see. How's the West Coast treating you? My streams are normally early for you, huh? Yes, late stream today. Good morning, Blackfire. Good to see you. Rain, sun, rain, sun, rain. 2 a.m. for me usually. Yeah, that's too fucking early. You have to have a late night to catch me. Not an early morning, late night, you know? Yeah, I got some coffee, Nifty Nomad. I do have some coffee. Yeah. Yeah, we're having a pretty chill Sunday, so I thought I would just, I was outside fucking around with some light fixture that has like a bunch of, the light has gone out, but I can't change the light because the screws in the fixture are stripped. So I tried to fuck around and fix that for an hour or so, and then said, you know what, I'm just gonna go play with my adult Legos. So I'm here now. Hello, Volk. How are you? Ooh, a latte. Latte sounds good. Latte sounds very good. I'm more of an iced latte guy myself. Obviously, any coffee is better than no coffee, but yeah, I do like a good latte. Let's see, toggle focus mode. All right, so today I'm going to spend a little bit of time building a .NET class library that I've wanted to build for a while. That's basically a configuration provider, but it's encrypted. So that's the whole idea. Okay. So let's set this repo up first, and then we'll go from there. Hey Volk, what's up? How are you? My fall asleep show. That's fine. You can fall asleep. Laugh my ass off. I was about to head to bed, but now I'm gonna grab a snack and watch some trad coding. Well, join in, man. The trad coding's about ready to go down. Good old trad coding. I just saw Theo just posted a video that said I miss coding. I'm not a big Theo fan, but I do kind of pay attention to his content just because he's a pretty big name in the industry. But I just saw him post I think he might be streaming, or maybe it was a video. Theo, what is it? GG? Is that his? Yeah, right. He's live streaming right now. Yeah, I miss coding. I wonder what he's talking about. With your angel voice better than every ASMR. Oh, really? Dude, I've always been told my voice is not pleasing or nice to listen to at all. So that's surprising to hear someone say that. All right. So let's go into my repositories. And let's create, this is gonna be my NeoVim tab. NeoVim, InVim. And then this will be my terminal. And let's go to repositories here too. Let's toggle focus mode because it looks better. Okay. So I think what I'm going to call this is going to be called Steven. Actually, don't know what I should call it. I guess I'm going to call it secure config is what I'm going to call it. cd. So the whole idea behind this is basically a lot of times I like to build tools that require configuration. However, a lot of times those configurations require like client IDs or client secrets or API keys to be set. And while it's probably okay that they're plain text on disk, it's not ideal. And so I want to make an easy way that I can essentially have sort of like an app setting. If you're not familiar with the .NET ecosystem, a lot of this isn't going to make any sense to you, but I basically want to have like an app settings.json experience, but I want it to be encrypted at rest. So that's the whole idea behind this. So we'll see. I've implemented this in a couple different console applications, and now to the point where it's like this should just be a library that I use. Nobody else has to use it. It can just be for me. But I just need to sit down and centralize this into a package that I can pull in, and I'm off to the races. So that's the idea. Also, why is my where's my YouTube? Huh, okay. Weird. Okay, so secure cd secure config. And then I'm going to use, so I've set up my own Git server using git. So they have a command line tool I installed. So now I should be able to say git repo create, I think. Name of the new repo, git ignore. Owner, make repo private, description. Huh, so that doesn't, I can't just like, let's do git init. And then will it pick up on the fact that I have a repo here? Git, or sorry, not T, git T repo create. No, it won't. Okay. So we'll just do T repo create secure, oops, name secure config, owner is Steven. Org does not exist. Okay. So what happens if I do this? Okay, that worked. I think that worked. So then we do git remote add git T, and then I guess git at git T .freeborn.cloud. So this is not as easy, or this is not as nice of an experience as the GitHub CLI, but that's okay. I wonder why do I have those timers screwed up? Send links, send. Huh. I wonder why the YouTube message didn't send. You can find my stream commands here. I don't know. I'm not gonna let that distract me. Secure config git. Awesome. All right, new item readme. Actually, we can just do this all in neovim. Neovim. Okay. And then let's do a readme. And we'll call this secure config. And this is, whoops, warning, under construction. A, what do I want to call it? I guess a configuration provider library that supports encrypting and decrypting configuration. Configuration or encrypting configuration when stored and decrypting when used. I know that's super basic, but that's the basic idea. And we are going to have a license. This will just be an IT license. So let's do license generator. Call this. I actually don't know what the project needs to be named. Does it need to be named? Let's just do. It's going to be published as this. Is what we're going to publish it as. Secure config.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, that's super nice of you. Very kind. I don't have a super chat set up on my new TUI chat thing, so the alert will have to be enough. But thank you very much. You definitely don't have to super chat to chat, though. I hope you know that. So we have our license. We have a README. What else do we normally put when we set up? I don't know. That might be it for the initial setup. So let's just do. Oh, actually, let's do .NET new get ignore. Let's do .NET new. Yeah, that's fine for now. Let's do .NET new editor config, and we'll just go ahead and set up the solution.
Also, thanks for that website. It is really great.
Of course, yeah, of course, man. Also, I really do appreciate the super chats. I just really hope you know that I do content creation for fun, and I do have a day job. So if you work really hard for your money, you definitely don't have to super chat. But I'm really appreciative of it, and I'm glad you are enjoying the website. There's so much information out there on how to learn to code. It's kind of overwhelming, honestly, to try to figure out where to start. What are we building today? So we are going to build it's basically like, so you know how this is unbelievable. You're too kind. Too kind. So Killa, what we're going to build is we're going to build a configuration provider for .NET that supports encryption and decryption. That's essentially, that's all this is, right? So I just want to be able to store stuff in a file and have it be encrypted when it's at rest on my disk and decrypted when I use it. And I've implemented this in a couple different console applications, and I had to re-implement it again for the TUI, for the terminal chat. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and write this library, and so that I can reuse it in projects instead of re-implementing it over and over again. So that's what we're doing. And we're trad coding it. So if you're into agentic development, this may not be the place for you. Or I guess I should say, not if you're into agentic development, that's fine. But if you like to watch people do agentic development, this is probably not the best stream for you. All right, so we're gonna do name secure config.
Do you work for yourself or a company?
I wish I worked for myself. I mean, I do. I work for a company. You can actually find my LinkedIn. Here, I can put it in chat. LinkedIn. Should get a link there. I work for a company though. Yep, work full time. I've got 2 kids and a wife, and I'm pretty much the primary winner. So, uh, now one day maybe I'll have my own company. I don't know. I'm so risk adverse. I had a small business doing personal training for 3 4 years, and I shut that down when my first son was born. And I've just become super risk adverse now that I have kiddos. Love it. How many hours do you code daily? Do you start your day with coffee? I do usually start my day with coffee, and I probably spend somewhere between 4 and 8 hours a day writing code.
That is great to always work with a team.
X1, thank you very much again for the super chats,
Did
man.
we
I'm
just become best friends?
drawing death. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Yeah, it is. I'm. So while I would love to work for myself, I will have to say, like, I love the company I work for. They've given me lots of opportunities. I love the team I work with at work. I mean, honestly, people can make or break a job. Like, you can have an awesome role, but have really shitty coworkers and a really shitty boss, and it can ruin the job. So I'm really thankful to have a company, to work for a company I enjoy working for and have people that I enjoy working for. It's a really big blessing. I try not to take it for granted. All right. So that is the initial project setup. Git init, or no, we already did git init. Git add, git commit, for initial project setup. And then we're going to do, we're going to make a source directory. Yeah, let's git checkout. Actually, let's push this to git t. Wonderful. And now we're going to do some wishful programming. Z1,
That's
this
great.
is
I'm happy for you, man. Keep it up.
that is it's too. I'm kind of like, I don't even know how to react to all the super chats. I'm used to getting like one super chat a month. So getting 3 or 4 in a stream it flusters me. All right. So here we go. We're gonna do .NET. We're gonna do, yeah, some wishful programming. So we're just gonna start with basically what I wish I was able to do, right? So, and then we'll just work backwards to implement that. So I'm gonna create .NET new console, and we're gonna go Stephen Freeborn .secure config .example. I mean, what would be another good name for an example? Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I guess just example, or maybe demo would be a good one. Baseline sample. Sample's a good one. I like that. So let's do. I'm gonna publish this as Stephen Freeborn Secure Config, but I want the name spacing to be a little bit different. It's gonna be kind of lengthy. I'm gonna do extensions dot configuration dot secure. I know. Don't hate me. So let's make a directory source, and let's cd into that, and we're gonna do .NET new console out. This is gonna be so C#. How long this name's gonna be? I really hate it, but this is the way I want it to appear. Extensions configuration secure is going to be the top level namespace, and then we'll do sample. I know, don't come for me.
Also, I have no LinkedIn, never used it before.
Oh, really? Yeah, LinkedIn. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never met anybody online who hasn't used LinkedIn before. Sent $100. What? That's crazy. Do you work with low-level languages like Rust and Go, verbose naming? Yeah, we're in verbose naming world. So I don't. I guess I wouldn't personally consider Go a low-level programming language, but I do like Go. I learned Go this past year in like November of 2025 because I used it for Advent of Code, and I had a blast. And then we just got done learning Rust in like January, February. I think it was February. We spent the month of February learning Rust on stream, and that was fun. And I'm kind of Rust pilled right now. It's a good language.
$100 in 1 month.
$100 in 1 month is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, from content, yeah, $100 a month from making content. That seems like an insane thing. But I do realize people are making that kind of money. It's just, to me, it seems crazy. Okay, so what do I want this to look like? So basically, I want to have some extension methods. I want to have a host. Oh, we need to add that. So let's do .NET add package. Oh no, .NET add source package Microsoft extensions.hosting, I think is the package I want to add. Hey, good morning, Oblivion. Or I guess good afternoon, Oblivion. Yes, we are doing a late Sunday stream. I didn't get up early this morning, so I figured I would spend some of the afternoon working on this stuff. TUI unified chat. This is finally on brand. Yes, I'm glad you like the TUI. The TUI's been a lot of fun to build. It's taken me longer to build it. It took me about 3 months to build it, but I'm glad I finally got it operationalized. Do you just use them always, and where can we practice it? So, Killa, the place that I've recommended to people try to practice Vim, it's called Vim Adventures. Here, I'll get the link for you. But honestly, the place that I practice Vim the most is just in NeoVim. Let's see, at Killa_11. Yeah, Vim Adventures. Oh shoot, I set that to Twitch too. Sorry. Grandpa still coding, buddy? I am still coding. Trad coding. Oblivion, it's 1 a.m. for me. Oh, well, there you go. Good morning. If it's 1 a.m. for you, good morning. And I don't, Killa, I don't always use Vim or NeoVim. Sometimes I do use VS Code or Rider, but I do have Vim Motion set up in all those editors now because I've fallen in love with being able to navigate my code with my keyboard. Although I'm not particularly good at it, I do really enjoy it. Yeah, I agree with what King Brownie said. That's largely how I've tried to learn Vim Motions, is just using it. And it took me probably 3 weeks before I felt like I wasn't really tripping over my fingers so much. And then slowly but surely it gets better. I need to fix those link and stream command timers because they keep happening at the exact same time. Let's see. Services, timers. Let's add a new one. Oh, actually, let's just duplicate this. Call this links timer. And call this one.
What should you do if Go Live doesn't update your website when you save your code, and changes only appear after refreshing the page?
Where are you deploying at? And who was that super chatted? Dang, was that you again, X? Oh, sorry, let me open up my Stream Elements dashboard. Where are you deployed at? Or are you just talking locally? Yeah, that was you. What should I do if Go Live doesn't update your website when you save your code and changes only appear after refreshing the page? Yeah, I'm not sure the context there. I mean, if you're deploying new code out to your website, you're going to have to refresh the page to get that content. It's not just going to automatically force a refresh. If you're talking locally, then I'm not 100% sure. Also, I can't believe all the super chats you sent. This is crazy. This is crazy. I still find myself trying to type while in normal mode sometimes. Yes, getting used to the different modes for edit for Vim is definitely a learning curve. Let's see, enabled, repeat, random timer. Let's see, we want somewhere random, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. And this is going to be the commands timer. Okay. And then let's go back to actions. That's the links timer. And this is the
BC, you're chill also. Good support.
Dude, I get like thank you. Thank you very much, man. I'm I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. The fact that anybody would be willing to support any of the content I make on my channel is a crazy idea to me, but I'm very appreciative. So this would be edit, trigger. There we go. So now hopefully those messages won't come in at the same time. Okay, so I think this is what I want to be able to do. So I'm going to have a var builder equals host.create, and we want to create I guess an application builder is what I probably want. And then what I wanted to be able to do is I want to be able to define some options. So something like var, maybe config storage options equals new. And 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to want to store this as a JSON file. Like, probably the vast majority of the time, right? So let's do intent size, it's going to be 2. I still find myself, hold on. Hey man, just started watching your live. What .NET class library are you creating? What .NET, so the idea behind this library is basically there's a few different there's been a few applications now, particularly console applications, but I also did it with my chat GUI, where the application itself is going to run, locally on my machine, but I need some sort of configuration on disk or persisted somewhere. It could be persisted really anywhere, but most of the time I just want to persist it to a file. And a lot of times these configurations have like client IDs or client secrets, things that it's probably okay that they're in plain text in the file because it's on your machine. So if someone has access to get to that file on your machine, you're kind of hosed anyways. But I always feel like, well, best practices, like I should really encrypt it when it's at rest. And so I've implemented this like system, it's not anything super complex. It's just encrypting the file in memory or encrypting the secrets or the configuration values in memory, then writing them to the disk and then reading them from the disk and decrypting them when I want to use them. But I've implemented that enough times now where I really just want to turn it into a library for myself that I can reuse. It's not really meant necessarily for other people to use. If they want to use it, cool, but they don't have to use it. And so that's what I'm building. I am trapped. How are you doing? How is everything? Everything is good. Yeah, pretty chill Sunday here. Hey Steven, didn't expect you to be streaming at this hour. Yeah, so I didn't wake up early today, so I decided to stream later, which isn't really an option during the week, but it's okay on the weekends because obviously I'm off work. Suggest some Rust and Go projects. So the Rust project, I built a Notepad application in Rust. That was fun. Honestly, I'm super bad at suggesting projects because everything I build usually is something that's like a problem I have or like something I care about. I think very little about writing software for other people. So my suggestion to people is always find a problem or find some friction or maybe recreate a tool that you use every day, but create it in your own image, like style it the way you want it, make all the functionality exactly how you would want it if it was to be built just for you. That's usually my advice. I'm not very good at coming up with other ideas. Good afternoon, Delusional Dev. It's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, we've got to restart our LSP now. Okay, so this would be like, I mean, honestly, it could be app settings. .json. No, none of this exists yet. We're gonna have to build all this. And then we probably want like a storage provider, like this. And this is gonna be like a JSON storage provider. That, and that will take our options. None of this exists. This is all just wishful programming, which is, I think, sometimes the best way to start. So then once you have a provider, you should be able then to add that, like register that, right? So you should be able to say something like yes, I don't know. Probably like builder dot configuration dot add. Oops, I didn't spell it right. It probably should be the same name as the package. So something like add secure.
Lol, I had to pay for something that still hasn't arrived at my house. Let's hope it comes. It wasn't cheap. Well, hopefully I didn't get scammed. But if so, it is what it is.
That's the worst feeling, dude. The feeling of getting scammed. That's the worst. Hopefully you didn't get scammed. I mean, it happens to people though, you know? I don't think you did get scammed. I think it's gonna be okay. Thank you again for the super chat. I think it's gonna show up. I'm gonna think positive thoughts for you. So something like that. I think that would be what we'd want. Add secure config storage provider. Then the awesome part about this is what should happen at this point is we should be able to do something like builder.services.configure.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's say like API options. See, because like the reason why I'm thinking positive thoughts for you is because I am naturally a very pessimistic. So it takes a lot of effort for me to be optimistic. So if I was in your situation, I would probably be stressing. So I would want someone to reassure me. so, so I'm trying to do what I would want someone to do for me. Builder dot configuration. I wonder why I'm not getting any IntelliSense. Is it because all the errors I have, I guess? Yeah, probably. So builder dot configuration dot configure, and then you get section, and then you'd pass in like API options dot section name or something. Or actually, let's just do name of API options like this. And then additionally, in addition to being able to register this for a provider, you'd also be able to use a service that coordinates the provider. So you'd be able to do something like builder.services.add secure config, and we'd be able to say I guess we want to be able to let people let's do var config file name, and actually this can be a constant, not that any of this matters. Constant string equals app settings.json, and let's do file name equals config, like that. Whoops, like that. And then right here, you'd be able to do something like use JSON file storage. And you'd be able to say, pass like an action, and maybe you say op.file name equals config file name. I don't know if these necessarily need to be separate. Could you reuse the options maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Also, I don't know why it's still trying to use 4 spaces for the indentation. Am I in America? I am, Chill Gamer. I am in Kansas. If you know where Kansas City is, that's the nearest big city next to me. Okay. So now we have that. That's our stub. How would we actually want to consume that in our application code? Oh, whoops, I forgot my oatmeal too. Oh, now it's kind of cold. Oh, no wonder you're live at 0:09 for me right now. Yes. I am up the next day for me. It is now the 30th of March. It'd be around dinner time for you, wouldn't it? Yes, it is dinner time, 6 o'clock.
Also, thanks to the person who gifted me a 1-month membership. I wasn't active in the live streams before, but now I am.
Dude, thank you so much for that super chat again. I appreciate you being here. Even if you weren't super chatting, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I think it was NetworkBib that gifted the membership that went to you. So thank you very much for being a member. All right. So let's do, at this point, we should be able to do something like this. var app equals builder dot build. And then we should be able to do something like app var secure config equals app dot get, or sorry, services get required service. We should be able to do I secure config, and then that doesn't exist yet, but assuming we have the secure config, we should be able to do something like var API options equals secure config dot get. Probably needs to be asynchronous, I think. Or maybe instead of using it to get the options, you would really just use it to, so like, let's do like var options equals app.services.get required service I options of API options, like that. And so you'd be able to do console.writeLine options.value. And then you could update them. You could say, let's do var await secure config dot set async. Then you could do name of API options and pass in a new API options, and maybe, I don't know, maybe there's an API key or something. I don't know. Let's just put these on new lines.
I know we all support you because we're here to learn new things, watch, and enjoy what you do. You're a great person, and everyone watching is great too.
Dang, you're a positive fella. I like this guy. He sends me money and says nice things to me. Who knew I was so easy to win over? I keep forgetting you guys in the south of England say dinner for the afternoon meal around 6 p.m. Yes, most people here in the US at least say dinner time for the last meal of the day. They call it dinner. What do you guys call it? I've grown up with American YouTubers, so I could go to America and blend right in. I say stuff like candy, garbage, and truck. It really annoys my friend. I'll tell you that it's just always me. Yo, pal, do you want some candy? Or go to the grocery store and get food? And they say, we live in England, not America. Speak English. So you get in trouble with your friends because you use American colloquialisms, but you live in England? Nice. Nice, nice. All right, so this is the thing we're going to implement against. Let's do
Lol.
public. Dude, I honestly can't believe you keep sending super chats. I don't know what to do right now. Like, I really appreciate your interaction on stream. I just hope you know you don't have to super chat all of it, but thank you very much. The public int no, public string. We'll do API key. This has a getter and a knitter. Right? What's wrong here? What's wrong with this picture? Oh, this shouldn't be equals. That's what's wrong with the picture. So I'll just default that to string.empty. What are you complaining about? Declare types in namespace. Okay, I can do that. Let's do API options. Namespace is going to be so long. Extensions dot, what is it? I don't even remember what it is. Extensions dot configuration dot secure dot sample. So this is dot configuration dot secure dot sample. Okay. So now we need to go make all this stuff a reality, because some part of it's not a reality. JSON file storage isn't a reality. JSON storage isn't a reality. We do need to configure some style stuff. This wants us to use var. I like to use var.
Also, everyone, don't forget to like, follow, and be nice. Remember that, because if you're not nice, the mods will get you.
Well, yes, you should be nice. I don't do well with folks who are not very kind in stream. But the only mod I have is my wife. she's not here right now, I don't think. Alright, I'm gonna head to bed. Gotta work in 6 hours. Happy trad coding. See you, King Brownie. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you. You know what the heck is a kilometer? Also, we call dinner tea here. Don't ask why, because tea is a drink, not food. That is weird. I also like a YouTuber, like I speak fast, I type fast, I speak like a YouTuber, like, yo guys, what's going on?
I'm late to the stream and forgot how to chat.
Hey, what's up?
This is how we do that now.
Yeah, well, thank you, Bob. That's very kind of you. It's good to see you. You do not have to super chat. Nobody has to super chat, but it is very much appreciated. I'm honestly, like, to just be honest, like, I don't know what to say back to the fact that people are willing to give me money for streaming and making content. So I don't have the words to like express my appreciation to the level I would like to express it. So just, I hope that you can take away from that I am very appreciative of it. Chill Gamer, my kids hate it because sometimes I like to pretend like I'm a YouTuber, and they always yell at me because I'll be like, hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel.
You're nice.
Thank you very much. Again, too kind. Thank you. Also, my game is coming along. Great. I have started a player movement script that's being done by laptop. My laptop died, so I have to wait for that to charge. Dang laptop. Can't you use it while it's charging? My laptop essentially lives on the charger because I use it so much. Sped free. Damn, you're grinding hard, dude. I'm grinding hard? No. No, man. I just do the content stuff for fun. I'm sure one of these days I'll burn out. But yeah, I wouldn't call this grinding at all. All right, so let's set up. See, the only problem with this is this isn't gonna build. None of this code is gonna build. So I'm not gonna add it to the solution just yet. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do .NET new, and this will be the main project. So we'll do a class lib. This needs to be source.
Hi, @BobNull. Welcome back and enjoy the live stream.
A couple hours a day of coding, I mean, pretty impressive. Yeah, I usually code probably somewhere between 4 and 8 hours a day, usually. But I love it, man. I like coding as much as I like playing video games. I just love it. I love it. About the only thing I probably enjoy more than coding is lifting weights. But you can only really lift weights like once, maybe twice a day. So like coding though, you can kind of do unlimited, you know, unless it affects your marriage or your familial life, then that might be an issue. I can, but it charges faster when I'm not using it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully not. It's nice to have this playing in the background while I study. Oh, very cool. Well, I'm glad you're here, Delusional Dev. That's the type of, we're trying to go for kind of like an online coffee shop vibe with the stream. So everyone can hang out and work on their project and chit chat in the meantime, drink some coffee. Hey, Omanian, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. All right, and then we need a set of tests.
Where is the coffee?
If I could send you some, I would. I need to figure out the back button in NeoVim. I just keep exiting and going back. Is there a back button in NeoVim? I just always switch buffers. I have leader FB for switching between buffers, and then leader, or not leader, control P is how I search for files. And then I have a leader FG, which is grepping for files, is how I have mine configured. Let's see, we are gonna do XUnit, but we're not gonna do version 3. We're just gonna do normal XUnit, and we're gonna out this to secure.test. And then this is gonna be tests, and this is gonna be XUnit. Cool. And then we'll say .NET add reference, or sorry, tests, add reference to the source project, like this. And then we'll say .NET SLN add source, and we'll do .NET SLN add tests. Source already contains a project with a file name. What? .NET add tests. Why doesn't it want to add that?
Wait, it's not even next month yet.
It isn't. Yep, we still got 2 more days. 3 more days. Because I have nothing better to do. Tonight, I'm going to turn NeoVim into an MP4 player. Nice, dude. Pursue all the side quests. What do you mean there's already a video in a YouTube music? Is there really already a YouTube music plugin for NeoVim? That's crazy. Thanks again for your super chat, X. Really appreciate that. Solution folder source already contains a project with file name. Yeah, I don't understand why it keeps complaining about that. Folder name. Yeah, but I'm trying to add this, so why isn't it wanting to add that? What happens if I do it manually? I do this. What if I do this? Do this. And then we go to just make sure this is set up correctly. Yep, that looks right. Also, this probably shouldn't, well, 11's fine there, but the class library probably shouldn't target 11. It should target net standard. I think it's net standard 2.1 that we want to target. See, .NET Standard 2.1, it supports all the .NET Core versions. It does not support Framework. And I don't really care about, I honestly don't care about supporting Framework, so I'm just going to make it Net Standard 2.1. CS Proj, Net Standard 2.1. Okay, better side quest. Embed a simple emulator like Atari into NeoVim. That sounds like a side quest. That sounds like something you would challenge Claude Code to do. Oops. Net Standard 2.1. Okay, now let's try to build. .NET build. The project file was not found. Okay. .NET build. What do you mean? It's called a RIF. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Feature global using directive is not available in C# 8. Please use language. So I want to use the latest language features. So I want to set this to. So even though we're targeting 2.1, I want to use the latest language features.
Be right back. I have to use the toilet.
Well, thank you for super chatting to let us know that. It's again, I'm kind of blown away that you're super chatting every time you want to send a message. So do lang version. Is there like a latest? Yeah, latest. Latest. And then we'll try again. There we go. So the test will be 11, that's fine. But we're going to publish it as standard 2.1. Okay. And then the last thing we need to do is in our console app, I want to have our console app or our sample app. I want to have our sample app a reference. So add source sample reference configuration.secure. Yep. But that project's going to live outside the solution. It's just there for testing purposes so that we have something we can program against. And so now we need to start implementing.
Did we just become best friends?
Thank you for the follow, Durab. Appreciate that. Why are you What are you drinking? Jaden, man, I am drinking coffee out of my Ember mug. Which, if you're a hot beverage drinker, this is not a sponsored recommendation, but if you are a hot beverage drinker, you should be buying an Ember mug because it's magical. But I'm drinking coffee. And then why are we picking up .NET? So I wouldn't say I'm picking up .NET. I would say .NET's my primary language, or C# is my primary language, and I like to build on the .NET platform with C#. So if I have an excuse to do that, I'm going to do that. And so I build a lot of applications with, especially a lot of like CLIs I build with .NET, a lot of APIs I build with .NET, and so yeah, it makes sense for me to build class libraries for myself to reuse code. Okay, so I'm going to segregate this into kind of three categories, three buckets of things. We're going to have, probably don't want to call it crypto. Let's not start there. Let's call it storage. Let's start with storage. And so the first thing we're going to have in storage is going to be that JSON, the JSON storage provider. I think it's going to be the first thing. So let's do, and let's actually, yeah, let's do JSON store, whoops. JSON file storage. I think it was file storage provider. I think that's what I called it. Yeah, that's what I called it. JSON file storage provider. We can also delete this one. And we can delete that. Hey, what's up, Melty? Good to see you. Oh, I thought you were like a Java backend web guy at work. No, at work I'm just a QA guy. At work I just do I do automated and manual testing in QA. But in my free time, I like to do .NET. I like to do web development, but I like to primarily work in .NET if I can.
The toilet trip went well.
I'm glad. I'm glad for you, man. Appreciate you. Also, good to see you, Milty. Steven's second language is English. He only recently learned it to DM the .NET team. C# is obviously his first language. Honestly, I wish I was that good at C#. Maybe one day, maybe after another 10 or 20 years of writing it, I'll be half as good. The person I aspire to be like is Stephen Tobe. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he's kind of who I aspire to be like. So let's do JSON storage options, but I don't know if I'll ever reach that. Lol. Lol. So let's do, whoops. Namespace is going to be Stephen Freeborn. And I'm gonna let the refactor do the work. I honestly I don't like the length of the namespace, but it is what it is, okay? So just public sealed class. This is going to be JSON storage options. And then let's do this. Put that over here. Change this to JSON file storage provider. And then let's add a test here for, let's also namespace the tests. Let's do, excuse me, unit, and let's do storage. Let's do JSON storage options test. Excuse me.
Is it possible to create our own programming language, like JavaScript?
Oh, 100%. I bet there's people in chat who have done it. I've never written my own programming language, but I bet there's people in chat who have written like lexers and parsers and done the full shebang. I've never really gone down that rabbit hole myself. This has never been something that's kind of interested me, but I definitely have had people in chat before who have mentioned doing it. Okay, we got our test, and now what's the first test we want to write? So I guess it needs to. So I think the first thing I want to expose is this thing should have some sort of like path.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's got a new job. That's good. Let's see, you're looking to transition to more of a dev role. I find that to be the trickiest part of the industry is interviewing is domain language specific many times. No, I'm really not actually so sped free. I love the company I work for and I love the people I work with and the work that I do is interesting, it's engaging. My company builds a very complex platform and so testing it presents a lot of interesting challenges both from a manual perspective as well as an automated perspective. And the nice thing is I basically get to have my cake and eat it too because I get to work in tech and I get to write code and get paid to write code. But I also don't have necessarily the pressure and the stress of doing development for other people. And then in my free time, I can do all the development I want on all the tools and apps. And so it's kind of the best of both worlds. I've got a new job. I'm employed again, so I've had next to no time. We're working 50, 60 hours right now. Yeah, see, so that doesn't sound particularly fun for me. I hope the 50 to 60 hour work weeks are behind me from a career perspective. Dr. Loban's Dots, do your fingers ever get sore or hurt from coding? No, they don't, but I've only been coding regularly for about 5 years, 6 years. So I'll be interested to see how I hold up because when I hear other developers talk, it seems like they've all had issues with their fingers and their wrists. So I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, knock on wood, life's good. Did you sign a non-compete? Yes, our employment contracts have a non-compete, and I think there's like a two-year non-compete in our employment contracts. You should change to a split keyboard. It was my best change in my entire life. Okay, Shumito, so the split keyboard thing is something I'm very interested in. The problem with the split keyboard that I found is that they're very expensive. So do you have any recommendations on ones that are like semi-affordable that could like get my foot in the door, at least try it without having to like break the bank? I mean, the most expensive keyboard I've bought is like a $60 mechanical keyboard. So when I go look at these split keyboards and they're like $200-300, I kind of might, it makes me choke a little bit. I've written code for around like half my life. Ooh, okay. And my hands hurt a lot. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess I should make sure I stretch my fingers and exercise my fingers, huh? AliExpress 60 USD Souffle keyboard. Okay. Let me look this up really quick. Souffle keyboard. AliExpress. Oh, those are super affordable. I like the look of this one. $20 for a Bluetooth keyboard? Is this real? This isn't a scam, is it? Speaking of scams, I know X was mentioning he felt like maybe he got scammed. Oh, well it's $116. What? The link I clicked on Google said $20. That's liars. Oh, this is a kit.
Did I go broke or did I?
I hope you didn't go broke. I hope the thing that you spend a lot of money on shows up at your door. That's crazy. You definitely have to commit to the split keyboard. Ortho-linear split keyboard. You'll feel like you forgot how to type for a month, but it'll be worth it. Well, that'll be funny for you guys to watch. Ortho-linear split keyboard. It's China, right? Alibaba? Yeah, I think so. I think Alibaba is a Chinese company. That's it's Jack Ma's company, I'm pretty sure. The one I've been looking at is from Keychron. So what I'm hearing from you guys is I just need to bite the bullet and just go for it and just eat the cost because it'll save my fingers and my wrists and and I won't hate life as much if I do it.
Kelsey says looks like a lot of code is happening.
Good evening, honey. Yes, there is code. There is code, okay? It's not just all talk. I'm writing the code. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I use a ZSA Moonlander. It's also crazy expensive. ZSA Moonlander. What headphones are those? X, thank you again.
What should you do with that split keyboard?
X,
also, don't buy one that's too cheap. It will be low quality.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at that place in life where I really, if I buy something, I'd much rather just, if I'm really gonna do it, I might as well buy the nice thing that's gonna last. Yeah.
I can barely type as is. It'll go ahead and stick with the regular keyboard.
Thank you very much, Debug Master. Thank you. That's too kind of you. There's all these super chats have me very flustered at the moment. I feel very self-conscious. The headphones. So my headphones are. Let me see if I can find the Amazon listing where I bought them. I got them like 2 or 3 years ago, and honestly, it's one of the best purchases I've ever made, especially since becoming a dad. Kids are pretty noisy, and that's the way they're supposed to be. And I've found that I'm very sensitive to noise. And so having a set of noise-canceling headphones really goes a long way to avoid being a very grumpy, overstimulated dad. So let me see if I can find them. They're Sony, I think. Oh, maybe I didn't get them on. Maybe I didn't buy them on Amazon. I don't see. WNXB900N. WX900BN. Yeah, those are the headphones. I don't know where I got them. I thought I got them on Amazon, but apparently I didn't because they're not in my Amazon orders. But these are the headphones I have, and I like them. They serve their purpose, you know. What was I looking up? I was looking up ZSA Moonlander. For NeoVim, it's a huge advantage having those types of keyboards. So I guess the part I think that would convince me to get one is the ergonomics, because the people that I do know, and I think somebody, who was it? Was it wasn't Dr. Lopenschatz, was it? It was Pooping Pigeon. Pooping Pigeon said that he's been writing code for a long time, and other people who I've heard talk about that have written code for a long time have talked about just the toll it's taken on their hands, their fingers, their wrist. So it seems like this is one of those situations where...
Also, for everyone who's starting to learn coding, never stop. We believe in you. Don't listen to people who say you can't do it, because you really can. Keep it up.
Dude, this is such encouragement, man. I love it. This is one of those things where I feel like I should just listen to the experience of others and just take care of my hands sooner rather than later. Because I'm not having issues at the moment. But obviously that can change, right? So this is the one Bob has. Do they have like more of a black one? Or are they all bright colors like that? Next gen ergonomics. Yours is black? Okay, they must have different... When you check out, they must allow you to maybe pick... Oh, there you go. Dark matter. Printed or blank? I don't know, I kind of like blank, honestly. But I should probably do printed if I'm learning to type. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm such a cheapskate. When I see that dollar price, I just... But this is like an investment. It's an investment in your taking care of your body. What are the other things I can say to try to convince myself? Try see nothing headphones 1 is beautiful. Nothing headphone 1. Nothing headphones 1. I'm just typing things into the browser. This is dangerous. Those are cool looking. Yeah. Those are very cool. But I think I need to redirect my money towards a keyboard. I don't have enough for both. Hey, what's up, Exedium? Good to see you. Ah! Oh my god! You grabbed my love handle. That was my wife. Alright, well, maybe I'll put this in the cart and let it sit. Ships in 2 weeks or sooner. If you could just refund me like a couple $100 after you ship it, that would be great. What if they did? You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, you know, so all right, I'm not gonna buy it right now. I'm gonna let it sit there. I'm gonna let it kind of, you know, stew for a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back to it. Let's see. Keyboard for your health, for your fingers.
How do you even type with that keyboard?
That's the interesting thing. I bet we could have Bob do a demo or a tutorial for us once I get it. I'm sure he could make a little tutorial for us, but apparently the thumb... So Bob, correct me if I'm wrong. Just keep X1 in the chat. You'll have enough for the keyboard by the end of the stream. Actually, you're not wrong. He has super chatted so much, it's unbelievable. But correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something about the thumb clusters that prevent you from doing this motion all the time that saves your hand, right? Check out Prime's Split Kinesis. Split Kinesis. Is that the same one that Lex Friedman uses? Lex Friedman has a weird keyboard. I don't think it's a split one, but it might be a Kinesis one. Yes, space and enter and escape on the thumb. Yeah, so that way you're never having to like, what's the term? Not supination, pronation, but I guess it's flexion, but it's flexion in that particular plane. I think that's problematic. Split Kinesis. Oh, Advantage Pro. I think that's the one he uses. No, it's this one, right?
Kelsey says, look at the pro. I scare him and he just keeps going.
I'm a pro. I'm a pro streamer. That's a nice keyboard. Apparently the concavity is supposed to be good for you too. How much is this? Oh my god. That's like buying another Xbox. We could buy our own little AI PC for $500, man. That's crazy. No idea how I could get used to that. I honestly don't either, but I'm trying to listen to the wisdom of those who have gone before me. So like people like Bob, people like
I think I would go crazy with that keyboard and lose my mind.
Kelsey says, do it.
No. No, we just bought a Switch 2 at our house. We got to at least wait another month before we have another big electronic purchase. I should get one, but like I agree with everybody else. Like I'm not sure. Like looking at this doesn't look like I would like it, but I'm trying to listen to the wisdom of people who have been writing code for a long time. Because right now I plan to keep writing code a lot for a long time, and so I don't want to end up with finger problems or wrist problems or have to have surgery or anything like that. So even if I do hate
Kelsey
typing
says,
for a little bit. I don't know why your voice yelled so sharply, but it did. Moodlander is okay, but the keys are so far apart. Oh, hey Nathan, what's up? Nathan, do you have a keyboard that you like? Because I think Bob has this one. It did sound Klingon. It sounded very aggressive. It reminded me of the voice from Dune, where she's like, pick it up. Cut his throat. That didn't go how I thought it would. Yeah. But it's still good, honey. Keep up the text-to-speech. We love it. Glove 80. I ran Moodlander for 2 years.
Hi, Kelsey.
That's my wife. See, Glove 80. Okay. So Nathan is a pro here. He's had the Kinesis, the Moodlander, and a Glove 80. So what's a Glove 80? Wow. Look at that keyboard. Look at the concavity on that guy. Now that's interesting. Ooh, I kind of like this one. The Go 60. That's kind of the wood wrist rest. That's kind of my vibe. I like that. But this is interesting. The concavity is crazy. Are there any videos of this thing? Glove 80. Glove 80. I promise we're going to write some code before too much more time passes, but now I've kind of gone down this keyboard rabbit hole.
Hell no, how you even use that?
Change doesn't start.
I like X's reaction to everyone's keyboards. He's just like, no, man, there's no way. There's no way we can do it. Maybe he has hand-me-downs. Oh, that could be it. But Nathan's a pro at this. Okay, take Nathan Hedlund's suggestion over mine. Why? Just because he's had more? I want to see what this thing looks like in action. Wow, that's a thick keyboard.
Kelsey says lies. He will just keep looking up stuff if you all keep bringing new things up.
No, we will get back to writing code. Huh. Interesting. So it has like stands, so it's almost like your hands are
Kelsey
floating,
says
huh?
sure.
That's interesting. All right, well, what I'm hearing from chat and what I'm hearing from everyone else is if I really do care about my hands and I really do care about my wrists and my fingies, I need to upgrade my keyboard situation. But I love my gasket mounted mechanical keyboards so much, man. I love them so much. I'll be so sad to say goodbye.
We are in the chill mode at the moment.
10 grand.
Says, and he needs a new chair.
I do need a new chair too. That's the other thing I need to sit down and invest in. I'm just such a cheapskate. I'm such a tightwad. Shumito, it takes 1 month to get used to, and then you'll never go back. Okay. I mean, I'm convinced. I just need to pull the trigger on the cash situation. I'm not a seasoned coder enough to switch from mechanical keyboards, but you will be, Exedium. You will be. And I think my thing is I'm just trying to, because I think a lot of these ergonomic keyboards, people usually get into them because they're having hand problems or wrist problems. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, Bob or Nathan, you guys can correct me, but it seems like a lot of people end up with these keyboards because they're having hand or wrist issues or whatever. And it just seems like, well, why not start using one before it ever becomes an issue, right? That seems like the wise thing to do.
Cheap better than spending a lot and get broken.
Yeah, well, yes, I see what you're saying, but I feel like over the course of my life, I've always regretted going the cheap option. You know? So, I guess part of me is thinking just bite the bullet, get the nice high quality one, do it once, or hopefully once, right? And be happy about it. Whoops.
Cool, you learned something.
I do learn things every so often. What's the difference between app domain and app context? Let's see, .NET app domain versus app context. App domain is a runtime mechanism for isolation and unloading code. It is used for managing application level data. Acts a lightweight process within a single operating system process. The isolation largely absent. Modern.NET. Functionality for dynamic loading. Library developers use app context to expose
Kelsey says,
switches.
you use the stuff every day for a good amount of time, so you should get the comfortable option.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you are 100% right, honey. I really should. I mean, it's like it's like the same thing with the chair conversation. Is I should look at it as like, well, if you spend 40 hours a week using that, sitting in a chair or using a tool, you should probably get a nice one that doesn't beat you up. I never had wrist problems, but have had suspicious pain. I can type faster, more accurately than I could before I got this keyboard, though. Well, that's worth it in and of itself. But if it also saves your hands, seems like a win-win. Exedium, I just hit 30 years this year, beginner coder getting into tech after graduating late. Maybe I should invest in it before I dive deeper into my new branch of work. You don't have to, but you could.
Oh no, my bank told me they will block my spending.
Are you think it's because of all the super chats? They think it's your card or your bank account or something that's been hacked? Oh no, don't send any more super chats. You do not want your bank account locked up. Now I'm looking at the Glove 80. This whole stream is just everyone incepting each other to go out and purchase very expensive keyboards. We're all going to report back that over the weekend we spent hundreds of dollars on new keyboards. Shimito, install Sidekick in Neovim. You could have a right panel to ask AI. That's actually a good idea. I've looked at I have Sidekick bookmarked.
That was the joke.
So it was a joke. Well, I thought you were being serious for a second. I do not want you to get in trouble with your bank. Sidekick. This one, right? Does this have a Gemini integration? Because that's the only one I pay for currently.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, it does right there. Thank you very much for becoming a sub. That's super kind of you, man. Oh, that means I need to update my that means I need to update my list. Let's do .NET.
Why do I got 8.45 XP?
Probably because of all the super chat. That's my man. I'm sure XP super chats earn you a lot of XP. And we'll do. Oh, we probably need to update our YouTube members too. One sec. My bad. I brought up finger paint. I don't work for Big Keyboard. Now we know. Now we know, Dr. Lobenschatz. Now we know. Any CLI actually? Oh, very cool. Okay. I'll have to. I've looked at it before, but I've never taken the time to set it up and configure it. I would love to have. I do have Gemini CLI installed, and I would like to be able to ask AI questions, and it have the context or be able to get the context of my code. But I really just want an AI that's there to ask questions. I don't really want AI there that's going to author code for me at this point in time. I'm not really in an anti-AI mode. I'm just in a I like to write code mode, and I don't want the AI taking that from me. So I'll try to see if I can't make Sidekick work that way for me. I find that a lot of the agents are very eager to write the code for you, and that makes sense. I mean, that's what their products are designed to do. I'm not currently in need of that. Let's see, .NET, YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna disappear for 1 second while I refresh the scrolling overlay. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I disappeared there. Let's see, you can do open code plus Gemini plugin in plan mode, then it's not allowed to write code. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Does open code work well with PowerShell? I've never looked at it. Are they okay with you running it in PowerShell, or does it have to? I mean, I guess I could just look myself, but I was curious.
I can't become a member because there's a lot of bank stuff I need to sort out for that.
Well, my membership here on YouTube's like $1, and at this point, you've basically bought everyone that's ever hung out in chat or sent a chat message a membership at this point. Bob, no what? Oh, I was asking if open code works well with PowerShell. I know some of these coding agents, these terminal-based coding agents. Let's see, open code. Oh, X1. What did his message say? That he can't become a member because he's got bank stuff to sort out? Let's see, docs. Am I on the right open code? Yeah, I am. Oh, Windows. For the best experience on Windows, we recommend using Windows Subsystem for Linux. It provides better performance and full compatibility with OpenCode's features. Yeah, probably not going to do that though. Because the file system performance between all my files are on the Windows side. And so if I had OpenCode on WSL, that means I have to go through the mount folder. And the performance that is like awful. It's awful performance. But I could try just using it on the Windows side and see how good or bad it is. I mean, I'm gonna use it a lot just to ask questions and talk to it. Let's see. Where are we? Let's go home first. OS advertising. Hi, I've been launching many SaaS products lately. I use Vanilla, Go, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and SQLite. I compile the entire app into a single binary, and I drop it on the VPS, put Nginx in front, and it works. I believe it works. Although I'm confused about when you say I compile the entire app into a single binary. I'm curious what you're using to do that. If your app consists of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And I'm guessing your SQLite file, you probably have a SQLite file, right, too, that you put on the VPS? I embed the static files. Oh, yeah, so you're using Go. Okay, yeah. Did you say that? You didn't say that. Yeah, that's awesome. I think that sounds like a wonderful... And you generate the SQLite. Yeah, I think that sounds like a wonderful plan, man. Yeah, very cool. I love the embedded file functionality that Go has. I love it. It's like my favorite feature of all the time I spent learning Go and using Go there. I love that functionality. All right, how do I get back to the OpenCode docs? Where did I put those? Here? Let's see, OpenCode docs. Connect. With OpenCode, you can use any LLM provider. Run connect command in the TUI, select OpenCode. No, I don't want to use that. I want to use the Gemini integration. CLI. I'm guessing OpenCode -- help, maybe. Manage AI providers and credentials. That's probably what I want. Okay. Open code providers. Open code providers login. Google. Oh, I have to enter an API key. I don't know if I have an API key. I don't think that it comes with an API key. The Google Pro membership. I don't think that it works that way. Wow, look at all the holy crap! These guys have been cooking. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I don't even know who some of these providers are. That's wild. Holy shit. That's crazy. Open code Gemini CL. That's crazy. Don't do API key. Search for Gemini auth plugin. Okay, Gemini. Oh, yep, I found it. This guy. Looks like there's a warning here about something about policy violation. I didn't see that. I don't know. That never happened. Select provider, choose Google from the list.
Well, how about that?
Hey, thanks for the gifted
Welcome
memes.
to the party, pal.
That's super kind of you, man. Thank you very much
for those.
Welcome
to the party, pal.
I tried once embedding an entire SSR React app in Go and it worked. That's
to the
awesome.
Party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, we're getting some new members in here. Okay, let's. We're gonna have to update our list, but let me first try to get open code working.
Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal. I wonder where OpenCode puts its config file on Windows.
Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal.
Open code config file.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Window. We have 25 alerts we have to get through.
Party, pal.
Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. This rarely happens.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Config open code. Okay.
Welcome to the party, pal.
cd config.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Open code.
Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal.
And then what we have to create.
Welcome to the party, pal. Let's go.
Yes, let's go indeed. Alternatively, it can be located at opencode.json. No, I'm just gonna put it in here. That's fine. So we need to do new item. And then we'll do open code. Let's get the plugin. Copy that over here. Drop that in there. Okay, and then it said I can just do open code auth login. And then do Google, and then do OAuth. Yep. Look away. Sign in. I want to let me close the window. Okay. Login successful. And then what you're saying now is, or what you mentioned, Bob, is you're saying put it in plan mode, and then you basically have a context-aware AI to ask questions to.
What can they do with members for you?
Right now it's just a thank you. Right now, like there's a Discord channel that's members only, but for right now it's more of just a hey, we like your channel, we want to support you. And then I have been trying to make some videos that are members only, slowly but surely. So I have a little bit of a library of members only videos. But there's not like some big fancy secure config. And then do open code like that. Yep, all right. Sunday night looking great for Steven. I don't even know how to react to all this. I'm used to like showing up on stream and chatting with people like Bob and just hanging out and chilling, not super chats and gifted memes and all this. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. I don't know how big streamers deal with it every day, all day. I mean, I appreciate it. I feel like I can't express my appreciation as well as I should or as good as I should towards the people. Towards X, and Bob super chatted earlier, and Debug Master super chatted, and okay.
My bad.
No. I'm not necessarily complaining. I'm just saying I hope nobody thinks that I don't appreciate it or that I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't want people to be like, "Oh man, he's so stuck up. He doesn't even care people are showing support like that." Because I really do. I really do appreciate it. All right, so what was the question I wanted to ask? In .NET, what is the difference between app context and app domain? If I need to get the location of the current, if I need to get the current directory.
Everyone does it different. Not everyone is the same.
That's true. Not everyone is the same. Gemini, I've heard, is bad at tool calling. Anyone experienced this? I've had pretty decent luck with Gemini CLI when it comes to doing stuff, but Bob swears by Claude Code. He actually gave me a free trial the other day for about a week, and so I've been exploring Claude Code. And I will say, Claude Code, the harness of Claude Code seems better than the Gemini CLI harness. It seems like the Gemini CLI seems slower to me. And I don't know if that has something to do with their models or if it's the harness. I'm guessing it has more to do with the harness than anything. I need to get the current directory of the executing code in a net standard 2.1 library. Which should I be using? Man, the open code TUI is really pretty.
Do I even work?
You work, yeah. Your super chats work. Yeah, the open code TUI next to my chat TUI looks. It's like amateur, professional. Let's see. In .NET, the difference between app domain and app context largely comes down to the evolution from the legacy .NET framework to modern cross-platform. Here's a breakdown. App domain, what it is, the original, no longer supported. Okay, so I shouldn't even be using app domain. I should use app context. Okay, easy enough. That answers my question.
It meant, do I even got work?
I don't know. Do you have work? I don't think that's something I can answer. Let's put that over here. Open code. And then we'll make this one terminal. Let's see, .NET. Oh, we need to update we need to get the updated members list.
Do I know who knows?
Dude, I can't believe you're still super chatting. This is awesome. Is awesome for so many reasons, including that I'm selfishly benefiting from it. But I just hope you know I don't expect you to super chat every time you wanna interact. You don't have to do that. Okay, and then I have to go bye-bye for a second. I'll be right back. Refresh that. And refresh this. Okay. Alright, so back to Neovim. So we want to do app context base directory should be the default, but you can obviously override that if you'd like to. And then
you never know what the year has in plan for you.
You really don't. You really don't. I did not know the year had in plan for me. Someone super chatting me like $100 worth of super chats at this point. I don't actually know how much you super chatted, but it's more than I deserve. Way more than I deserve. Maybe I can get that extra. Maybe I can get that nice keyboard now. And then we'll default this to just string.empty. Like that. And so now we have a way to get the full path as well as the directory path. So then let's write a test for this really quick, because we do write tests around here. So we'll do public class JSON storage options tests. And this is at xunit public void path. When called, it should return full path using configured file menu. So let's see, var new or var ops equals new JSON storage options.
If I chat and chat, it will break the secret.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. You do you, man. You do you. I'm fine with the super chats. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. All right, why doesn't it pick up on the fact that I have... Oh, the other thing we need to add is .NET add tests package awesome assertions. Okay. I don't understand why it's not picking up on I didn't expect that to build successfully. LSP restart OmniSharp. Directory path. See, it's not. There we go. There we go. Okay. I was like, why is it not picking up on? Remove the underscores from member name. That doesn't apply because we're in a test project. .NET. Can never remember how to do those things. CA 1707. Okay. And then we have to restart the... So directory path, right? Directory path and file name. So let's not set the... Let's not set the directory path. Let's just set the file name. Let's see, when called with file name set, it should return expected path. And so the expected path here would be let's see, app settings.json. So this would be var results Or actually, we can simplify this. We can do ops dot full path dot should be.
Does anyone know a good rain shower to buy?
No, no, but I would love to have a rain shower, but I don't have one to recommend. That was so out of left field, it caught me off guard. Let's see, expected path equals path dot combine text base directory file. So we should be expected path this. And then this is coming from awesome assertions, which I'm going to include globally using the csproj file. So do awesome assertions. Expression values never used. I do not care about that warning either. That should be 0058. That is a style that I would like to apply everywhere. I need to write my own editor config. I always use the default one that comes from the .NET team, and I always end up changing all of it. And I just need to write my own template. I'm just going to do a quick check. The chat's gone very quiet. I'm just going to do a quick check to make sure it still works.
How did you get so many donations?
Yeah, you gotta ask. Oh, there you go. Okay, it still works. Thank you guys for sending some test messages. I appreciate that. That's fine. It's quiet is okay. I just, since I'm using this new terminal, this new TUI application, you know, I'm kind of testing it for the first time today. So I'm sensitive to the chat not moving. .NET test. We're all just co-working. I love it. I love it, Nick Demon. That's what I'm after. We're all just kind of doing our thing. Love it. Let's see. Let's configure the path. So let's do when called with file name and directory path set.
We're all learning.
And I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I don't think I'm usually teaching anybody anything, but if y'all are doing your own learnings, I love it. Path to some file. Oh, I can't use those, so I have to say at right. And then we'll do directory path. And then we'll do, oh, we should also change this so that it uses the variable file name equals file name. Like that. And then we'll do directory path equals directory path this. And this should pass our test. Wonderful. Wonderful. So that's the options object. Now we need to implement the provider, which is probably going to be a little bit more complex. But we do have this guy now, so let's go ahead and bring you in. Put our missing simmies.
I'm heading off soon. It was a great time today. Keep it up. You never know when I'll be back.
Well, come back anytime. You're always welcome here. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, come back and hang out, Tim. I don't usually stream this time of day. Normally my schedule looks like this. I'll put it in chat for you. Normally my schedule's 4:15 a.m. Central Standard Time to about 7 o'clock. But if you're around, you're always welcome to stop by. Jonathan Mitchell, hope you and the family is good, man. What you coding? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're just having a chill Sunday. Didn't do a whole lot. Went grocery store shopping. Wife did a little food prep. Made some coffee. Now we're writing code. So just chill Sunday. Getting ready for the week ahead. So I hope the same for you and your family, Jonathan. We are coding. So what we're doing today is, which I actually need to update the doing message. Let's see. We are drinking coffee, avoiding too much AI, too much existential. How do you existential? I don't know how to spell that word. Existential. Yes, I was spelling it right. Existential AI dread and building a configuration provider for .NET applications that supports encryption. That's what we're doing. So basically, I know I've said this a couple times, but you weren't here, Jonathan, earlier. So basically, I built like 2 or 3 applications in .NET where the applications required me to configure them with some secrets. And while it's probably okay that those secrets are in the app settings file of those applications, I have always ended up implementing some way to encrypt them when they're on disk and then decrypt them at time of use. And so I thought, you know what? This is stupid that I keep re-implementing this over and over again. Let me just build a library that integrates nicely with the existing .NET configuration model. And that way I can just reuse that library in my projects, going forward. Because I keep running into this. I keep running into this desire for this over and over again. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So it's just a lot of class library code that we're writing. Nice, yeah. I think it's a nice little handy tool. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to make it. I kind of started off by trying to write the code I wish I could write in a console application, and then I'm trying to work my way backwards into the implementation. Alright, so the first thing we want to do here is let's do JSON file storage provider tests.cs. And this is going to have a really long ass namespace. That's okay. I keep telling myself it's okay because I really badly want to change it, but I think that it will look the nicest because it kind of communicates the fact that the library is meant to tie into the existing configuration model that's in .NET. So we'll do public class, JSON storage, JSON file storage provider tests. And then we're going to have a public class. Whoops, not public class. We're going to have a public read-only string. And this is going to be our temp directory so that we have a place to store things and then clean them up. Private read-only JSON file storage provider. JSON storage options. These should be in the same namespace. I don't know why. Temp directory. Yes, private, or this isn't public, this should be private. And then we'll do public JSON file storage tests. And then here, we'll do some stuff. Do you listen to music while you code? I've tried it before, but it distracts me and I end up not coding. So I typically will listen to music like what's playing right now, lo-fi music. I kind of am a naturally very intense personality by default. And so playing any kind of music that sort of like is emotionally like stimulating to me doesn't help my kind of default state. I feel like I write the best code when I'm like calm and focused, and this type of music does that. The one lo-fi music playlist I have been using a lot, other than the lo-fi generator, I can't use it on stream because copyright stuff. But it's on Amazon Music, and it's Lord of the Rings lo-fi. Lord of the Rings. Let's see if I can find it. I'll share it. I think it's this one. It's like a sleep playlist. Am I logged in? Yeah, I'm logged in. Let me see if I can get the link. Like, I know some programmers listen to like really hardcore, like upbeat music, and I just can't do it. Rampla already fighting to stay awake. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I like to be kind of chill and calm. You know, I want like a chill, calm vibe when I'm doing that kind of work. Here you go. This is the one. This is a, let's see, this is a Lord of the Rings playlist that I've been listening to while working often. Oh, I probably shouldn't have. I probably shouldn't have included all that marketing junk that's in that URL. I'm sorry. They're trying to track you. Here, try this link. It's a little shorter. Not so intrusive. There you go. Have Suno generate you a lo-fi theme song. That would be cool. Bob generated us some lo-fi music, and I haven't ever gone back and looked at it and played it. He was so kind to take the time to do that, and then I've never messed with it. I love the Suno music that the Primogen and TJ and all them generated as part of their whatever that was, the what they call it, the startup, those series of streams they did. I loved all the music that was played during those streams. I'm just not very good with music, man. You know, like it seems like even prompting AI to make you music takes a little bit of skill. They are bangers. They really are. It's hilarious. And what makes it even funnier or makes them even more enjoyable is the lyrics are so nonsensical, right? And there's which is funny. And then on top of that, the music's good to listen to. It's a wonderful experience all the way around. All right. So we need to get a temp path here. So let's do. Let's see. Temp directory equals path.combine, and I'm pretty sure there's a path.get. Yep, to get temp path, and then let's just do a random GUID like that. That'll be for each test will have its own temp directory where it can store stuff. And then we'll say directory dot create directory. Why are you complaining? Non-nullable. Oh, I'm gonna fix that. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. And then we'll do options equals new JSON storage options, which we can actually simplify this to just new. Then we'll set file name will equal test settings.json, and now we're good. So for the first and foremost, our provider should be able to write. That's the first and foremost thing it should be able to do. So let's set up a test for something like write async. Well, really, it should be able to do both things, right? It should be able to read and it should be able to write. And it probably makes sense to just test those together because, well, you kind of like don't want one without the other. It doesn't really make sense. So we'll do write async and read async. When called, it should be able to persist and retrieve values. Samriel, hello, good to see you. Delusion of, have you looked further into the Mark Rover hack pack? I want to order it, but it's a little expensive. I bought an Arduino starter kit to see if it's something I would like. So I have been salivating over the hack pack. I have it currently in the cart, kind of like that keyboard that Bob recommended. It's just sitting in my cart, and I have yet to pull the trigger on it, but I would really like to get it. My family just bought a Switch 2. Which was kind of expensive, but my kids really wanted one, and I'm a sucker for any new technology, so we bought a Switch 2 this month. So maybe next month we look at getting the hack pack. I think the hack pack is $60 a month, or like 300 something billed every 6 months, I think, if I remember right. But I would really like to do some experimentation with hardware. I'd really like to. I haven't really messed around much with hardware, and this looks like a nice kind of entry point for somebody like me. I mean, I know it's also aimed at kids that are younger, like middle school teenagers type of stuff. But I feel like for somebody who's kind of a noob when it comes to all this, it would be interesting. Like the infrared turret, this one looks really cool. Infrared turret, that looks awesome. And then there's a laser something synthesizer, that looks fun. Yeah, the forklifts are like a full robotic forklift, right? Yeah, so I'm convinced. I'm definitely going to do it this year. I just need to pull the trigger and spend the money, which is a problem for me. I find it difficult to do that. When it's for me, I find it difficult. I never find it difficult to spend money on my kids and my wife, but for me, it's difficult.
Thanks, I'm going to try listening to that while I code. For the next 6 months, I am going to push hard in trying to learn as much as I can and hopefully land a software job.
Dude, I love that, man. I love that. I mean, the thing is, first of all, thank you very much for the super chat. Completely not necessary. Second of all, the thing is, like, if you're persistent and you remain enthusiastic and you stick with it, the outcome's inevitable. Somebody will give you a shot. You just have to keep knocking on doors, right? It's just a numbers game. So once you feel like I would tell you, sometimes you'll get stuck in a loop where you think you need to know more to be ready to start interviewing. And what I would tell you is, as soon as you feel even slightly ready, start interviewing, because through the interview process and through the application process, that will help you figure out what you should learn or what you should learn more of or focus your time more on. And it starts getting you reps at building the skill of interviewing, right? So I think you'll be more than capable of being able to do it. Like I said, the outcome's sort of inevitable as long as you stick with it. The turret has me on the verge of getting. Yeah, the turret looks awesome. I'd really like to see you develop in another language. Oh, really? Well, I spent all of February developing in Rust, and then I spent all of November and December of 2025 developing in Go. And then I spent most of January developing. Well, was it January I spent developing in Rust? Maybe it was January. Then February I spent developing in .NET. So I do go back and forth between languages. I haven't done much with TypeScript lately, which is kind of a bummer. Okay. So let's do, and then we also need to do private read-only JSON storage provider. And this is our system under test. So system under test equals new underscore options. Does not oh, yep, we need to update that. So you are going to do private read-only JSON storage options. And then this is going to be JSON storage options, like that. And so the first thing we should be able to do is we should be able to say something like var config key, and we should say var config value. And then we should be able to say await system under test dot write async. And I think should be key value. Oh, config key config value. Now write async doesn't exist, but it will. And then we should be able to say var await system under test dot read async, give it the config key, and this should be result dot should dot be config value, something like that. It would also be good to make sure that we create it, so we should say file dot exists options dot full path dot should dot be true. Like this. Well, it's already 7:50. Oh man.
Did we just become best friends?
Thank you very much for the follow, man. I think I'm in that loop. I look at job listings, I see all the qualifications, and I think I'm not good enough. But who knows, dude? You're probably plenty good enough. If you read job listings and you feel like an imposter, that's normal because the job listings people write today are stupid. They're literally some of the shit people write. It sounds like they're hiring a department the way they write some of these job listings. So I would encourage you, even if you don't think you're qualified, apply, because if they give you the opportunity to interview, it's only upside for you, right? It's only upside for you because you're going to get to practice interviewing, right? You're going to figure out what these people are really like, what they're really looking for, because through their questions, right? A lot of times the people who do the interviewing are not the people who wrote the job listing. So I would encourage you, don't let it scare you. Like, and then the other good thing is that you're going to eventually have a bad interview, right? And the sooner you get the bad interview out of the way, the sooner like you can get rid of that fear of like, oh no, what if I have a bad interview? Life goes on, right? So like I remember when I was working in science, when I was working in more of like the science field, um, I interviewed for a lab job at a company called Tamco. They make building products. Um, and I was interviewing for a position in their quality lab. And, and the interview actually started off really well. I interviewed with like the direct hiring manager. I interviewed with one of the other lab technicians. I interviewed with one of the senior scientists there in the lab. Then the interview got to the point where I interviewed with like the director of the group. And the director of the group asked like, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I thought I gave like a good answer. My answer was, it was something to the lines of like, well, I hope that I have grown in my role and my responsibilities, and I've been able to be promoted and take on more of a leadership position, and yada yada yada. And literally, that was like it was like his second or third question. And after I answered that, he stopped the interview. He was like, "Well, we're really looking for somebody to stay in this position for like the next 10 or 15 years. So it doesn't seem like this is going to be a good fit for either of us." And he literally just like it was the first time that I'd ever had that experience. Um, and it was super awkward and I felt really dumb and I felt like I completely had fucked everything up because I had not said the right thing. But in hindsight, I did say the right thing because I would have been unhappy there if the expectation was, well, we're never going to promote you to a different role or different responsibilities for the next decade. And they would have been frustrated by having somebody who was just looking for the next opportunity where they really wanted someone who's going to be committed to a decade or so, which is, I think, is crazy. At the time, I thought like that's crazy expectation for what was essentially an entry level position. But yeah, bad interviews happen. And that's why I say it's a numbers game. Like, you just have to keep knocking on doors until you find that person that's like, hey, I like this guy. Let's give him a shot. That's insane. That's actually crazy. It was it was a really wild experience. It was the first time in my life I'd ever had a negative reaction to expressing ambition. But I guess some people aren't looking for an ambitious person, you know? I guess some people are looking for not him. I don't know, man. I have no idea. All right, so let's stub out the write async method and let's stub out the read async method. Finding an entry-level job after graduating has been hard for me, especially since I'm looking sort of out of the realm of my degree. Some people are looking for corporate droids, commit 10 years. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, the boss, I had a boss at my old job, and the one thing I really respected about him was, you know, he was always very honest about the fact that like so much of the corporate world was kind of like a little bit of a game, and he was always such a good coach about how to navigate it all, right? And I just think that one of the lessons I've learned time and time over my career has been just how important that like first level manager is. Like having a great manager that's like willing to go to bat for you, willing to mentor you, willing to coach you, protect you from like office politics and bullshit, and um, put you up for opportunities. In a room full of opportunities, have a manager that's willing to speak your name. That type of thing is like just so important. How can you hire anybody for any role 15 years out? Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I have no idea. This guy, he was French. I've looked him up several times since that interview, and I believe he still works at Tamco. Tamco is based in Joplin, Missouri. They're a pretty large company, but they're based in my hometown. That's where they started, and I think he still works there. But yeah, the fact that you would want somebody to kind of remain in a role, I guess his reasoning was that like the duties of the role were hard or difficult, and so they wanted someone who was really committed to like mastering the job. And I'm sure there's somebody out there that they eventually either they found somebody to tell them what they wanted to hear, or they found somebody who really did want that. But I don't know. It's crazy. It's very, very crazy. Excuse me. I think my kids are getting ready to go to bed. All right. This is gonna have to be a tomorrow thing. Let me. Cannot assign to an implicitly typed what? Oh, this should return task string. Or I guess it really should actually return task T. But now everyone should be able to. The name result not found. Oh, yep. Alright, so this will fail. And then we'll have to go, whoops. We'll have to go implement it, but just to test it. Cool. All right, we'll keep hacking on this. Let me check real quick. Let's see if Plaid invoiced me yet. Because I am going to go back to developing on the physical OS project. I just want to make sure what it's going to cost me. Where's billing? Nope, no invoice yet. All right. Well, we'll keep probably hacking on this. This library shouldn't take. I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to kind of keep it mixing it up on stream. What I'm going to work on is whatever vibes I'm feeling that day. And then eventually we'll go back to the larger project of developing physical OS, which is like my own personal finance software. I'll pick that up again at some point. All right. This was a crazy stream as far as the super chats and the members go. We got gifted memes, we got super chats. I saw some regulars. This was a good stream. That sounds very self-serving of me to say, but it was a good stream. Doug Damaster, thanks for the stream. I'll join it as much as I can. Dude, you're welcome anytime. Thanks again for those super chats, man. And I would encourage you, dude, like whatever you think you're not qualified for, I bet you are qualified for. So don't let that hold you back from at least applying and at least interviewing.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Doug, thanks for becoming a member, man. It's very kind of you. I'll add you to the list. I'll add you to the list for sure. Oh, Bob, thanks for the recommendation on using open code. I think this will be a good middle ground for me between like agent and like context aware subject matter expert type of, because this is more of the interaction I want to have. I want to be able to ask questions, and even better if it has context about my code base. So thanks for that recommendation. All right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go upstairs and say goodnight to my kids. I'll be here in the morning though, so if you'll be around, I'll see you guys more night streams in the future. Oh, dude, I would love to. It's just tough, I'll talk to my wife about it. I'll see how she feels about it. I just always hate like after putting the kids to bed and then doing a night stream. I always feel like I'm kind of like leaving her alone and ignoring her, So I'll talk to her and see how she feels about it. But maybe we can work in some evening streams. See you, Zora. Appreciate you hanging out, man. All right, guys. If you're new here and you want to come back and hang out in the future, you can go to where is it? You can go to Twitch or YouTube, and I'm normally live from 4:15 to 7 a.m. in the mornings. Oh, whoops! I typed schedule. There we go. Schedule. 4:15 to 7 a.m. in the mornings. So you're welcome to stop by on YouTube or Twitch. And then if you want to hang out outside the streams, we do have a Discord that you can find, discord.stevenfreeborn.com. There's no pressure to join, but if you'd like to, you can come hang out, find us there. All right, guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. If it's already Monday for you, have a wonderful Monday. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Have a good day. Appreciate y'all.